Welcome to Pod Me If You Can TV. I'm David Farrell.
And I'm Lloyd Hughes.
And here on Pod Me If You Can TV, we find obscure titles with your favourite stars and we discuss them. What do you got, Lloyd?
This week, the title is Backflash. It's a noir thriller, straight to video, obviously, starring Jennifer Esposito, Robert Patrick, who we all know is immortalized from his brilliant performance as Liquid Metal in Terminator 2. I think he's a very underrated actor. Melissa Joan Hart.
Have you seen this film?
Melissa Joan Hart from TV Sabrina, the Teenage Witch. So it's great to see her in a straight-to-video movie. Set somewhere in a desert border town in Western America, video store owner played by Robert Patrick is bored and longing for love. There is great banter in the video shop between him and his assistant. They talk movies and about life. A great little scene at the opening there. He decides to take a few days off work and on his way home picks up a beautiful hitchhiker, Harley, played by the gorgeous Jennifer Esposito. It turns out that Harley is involved with gangsters and has stolen millions of dollars from them. Forming a relationship with Robert Patrick, she asks for help to get the money and run away. The two fall into a web of danger filled with gangsters and double crosses. Now, the film title Backflash literally refers to a Tarantino-esque moment where it flashes backwards and forwards. It happens towards the climax of the movie, like towards the end, I think it worked heavily against this movie because it's like, you know, you remember this scene? Well, this is what actually happened. While you were watching this scene, this happened in another room. You know what I mean? Like, it worked heavily against it, and there was too many plot developments. There was too many character changes that you just wouldn't believe. Like, I was watching going, I don't think Robert Patrick, a video store clerk, would do that. You know what I mean? Like, I think it worked against it, having those backflashes, but that's what the title refers to, that Tarantino-esque use of shaping chronology.
That's interesting, kind of filling in blanks like that. Yeah, that can be quite bad. Sorry, carry on.
You're right. So many movies utilize that technique post Pulp Fiction, of course. The budget hurt this movie as well. Every time there was a big gun sequence at the end, like a shootout, and it just looked really bad. You really need like a Robert Rodriguez guy in there to really change it up, but I think that kind of hurt the movie as well. Melissa Joan Hart from TV Sabrina, the Teenage Witch. Brilliant a role as she's an alcoholic pathologist, the person who cuts up and dissects bodies, does the autopsy. She basically works for gangsters, and there's a scene where she's cutting up a body and stuffing bags of money into the body. Now, it's implicit, but you just assume that's one of the ways the gangsters are smuggling money across, you know, wherever it needs to get to. But she plays it brilliantly, just the way her eyes move, and she's an alcoholic. She's got like tough lines, you know what I mean, like a tough girl sort of line. Although her scenes are really brief and small, it is significant to the plot, and it's just great to see. You know, we all know her from Teenage Sabrina the Teenage Witch, and just great to see her in such a tough sort of role. There is so much chemistry between the two leads, Robert Patrick and Jennifer Esposito. It is so riveting. I'm not spoiling anything, but at the very end, there's a desert sequence where they say goodbye to each other. It's paced so beautifully. There's something about how the wind is blowing, the desert, how the two actors are looking at each other. Robert Patrick whispers something into her ear that we don't hear. They look at each other. It's so beautiful. It's one of the best endings I've seen in a long time. It's such a pity the rest of the movie couldn't build up to that moment, but it's really incredible. The best scene of the movie...
It's interesting...
Sorry.
So I was just going to say, it's interesting that he is like working in a video store in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
How much business can he get?
Exactly.
Anyway.
And it's all was it VHS? Yeah, I think they had a lot of VHS in it, which is interesting.
Because this came out in 2002, VHS
exactly.
Even then wouldn't have been
was on its way out, absolutely. Best scene of the movie is Robert Patrick, when Robert Patrick checks in at this motel and he has to deal with this really disgusting motel manager played by this actor Vito Regenis. It's so amazing because the director allows the actors to play the scene out, and Vito Regenis, who's the hotel manager, is so disgusting. He's eating chicken wings, his shirt's all stained, his hair is all greasy, and he's just such a awful, disgusting person. Robert Patrick's just reacting like he's just staring at him, can't believing that such a person could exist. But an editor would cut it to 20% of what it is on film, you know, but to the director's credit, he allows the scene to breathe. It doesn't advance the plot or anything, and I think it's absolutely fantastic. It's so funny, the scene. You got to see it. It's really good. And
just for the chicken wing scene.
In the opening. Just for the chicken. Best line of the movie, in my opinion, is the opening scene when he's talking to his assistant at the video store, and they're talking movies and life, and he quotes from a movie, and he says, "Oh, that's from this film," and he and Robert Patrick goes, "Well, if it's good enough for Cagney, it's good enough for me." I thought that was fantastic.
That's all right. Yeah, you feel like you get a lot of material out of a guy who works in a video store, a lot of movie references and stuff.
That's right.
And of course, there's the famous tale of Quentin Tarantino, you know, who famously worked in a video store before getting all his movie references, which he now inserts into all his films.
Absolutely.
All right, sounds good, Lloyd. 5.3 out of 10. Does that sound accurate? IMDb?
Yeah, I thought the movie was okay up until the climax, where it just made all these really crazy, uncompromising plot developments that you're just like, I don't think that would happen, you know, but I enjoyed it. It wasn't bad.
Alrighty, find more from us at www.podmeifyoucan.com.